Hello, this is Josh Robb and Austin Wilson from Hixon Zuercher Capital Management, bringing you the March 2022 Economic Update, where we look back at February and see some of the things that happened in the market as well as around the world.
All right, so first up, market performance for the month of February. The S&P, it was down 2.99%. Yep. The Dow, it was down 3.29%. The NASDAQ was down 3.35%. Catching a theme here? Down. Nope. Small caps were up 1.07% for the month of February.
Oh, wow.
But international markets, by and large, were down 2.98%. And emerging markets were also down 2.98%. So pretty much the theme was markets, unless you're in small caps, were down 3%.
Okay, good. Now, here's a tip for those young single people out there. If you are on a blind date or meeting somebody for the first time, the key is invite them to a gym. Because if they don't show up, you'll know you're not going to work out.
You're not going to work out. I like it. Next up, we have to mention the Russia-Ukraine conflict that is going on even to this day. So number one, starting with the actions side of things. So during the Winter Olympics, Vladimir Putin began assembling military forces for an invasion in Ukraine. He really appears to kind of have a personal vendetta for what's going on over there, believing that Ukraine should be a part of Russia like it was back in the Soviet Union. Since then, he has invaded, and many people, unfortunately, on both sides of that disagreement have lost their lives. So
yeah, it's pretty tragic.
And then on the other side of things, in response to Vladimir Putin's actions, most of the world has put pretty strict sanctions on Russia in general. The world really hasn't approved of this completely illegal and unnecessary action. Most businesses really are refusing to deal with Russia in general. Money can't go in or out of the country hardly at all right now, and the country's just becoming increasingly isolated at this point. So pretty sad situation.
Yeah. Now, I'm not a plumber. I'm not very good at that stuff. But I do know if you find a wooden shoe in your toilet, it's clogged. It's clogged.
I knew you were going for something with a clog. I love it. So speaking of Russia, they don't wear clogs.
They don't.
That's somewhere
Dutch.
in Europe. That's Dutch.
I think the Dutch people.
So back on the Russia topic, we need to talk about the impact to the markets in Russia. It's pretty drastic, let's say. So
their currency's in ruble?
It's in the rubles.
Yes.
It's in rubles. Yeah, we're going to get there. Okay. So the Russian stocks have sold off sharply when the markets have been open, which hasn't been all that much. The markets have been generally closed for days and days, but many stocks are down more than 90%. That's a lot of percent. Russian bonds have been re-rated to junk bond level, meaning they are the most likely to default because the country is most likely to default on its debt obligations. And as Josh mentioned, the Russian currency, the ruble, has tanked. It's devalued by about 50% relative to the US dollar as people have fled the currency. In fact, Russia has put capital controls on movements of the currency leaving the country or even converting to other currencies.
Yeah. So it's
in
very
rubles.
Tough. It's in rubles. That is right. All right. So I want you to do this for me. Imagine. All right. You walk into a bar, restaurant, wherever you want. You walk in, and there's a long line of people waiting to punch you.
I just wouldn't go there.
That was my punchline. Punchline. Because they're all waiting in line.
Okay, now I get it. You're on a roll today.
I got some good ones.
You got some good ones.
They're good.
So we're going to continue with the theme of Russia because that's really what's driving
a lot of the
headlines right now. So the Russian conflict has oil markets on edge. True, it really does. As a large percentage of Europe's oil demand goes through Ukraine, through pipelines from Russia. And in fact, even some of the United States oil supply comes from Russia now. So that is unfortunate. That really puts a supply constraint out there, or a feared supply constraint, which has driven Brent crude. So this is like Northern Europe derived oil. It's up over 20% from the pre-invasion level as supplies threaten. West Texas Intermediate, so this is more of the U.S. oil, it's faced a similar rise, and that has pushed gas prices up over 5% since then. And the national average is pushing about $4 a gallon right now.
Yep.
Some in big metro areas, some places, they're seeing 5.
Yeah, I think they said California was averaging 5.
Not good.
Yeah. It's getting expensive.
It's getting expensive.
All right. So, I don't know if you're talking about the unemployment coming up.
I'm not, but
okay, so unemployment about 4%. So, I thought if I needed to get a second job, I would probably get a job at a restaurant or a diner. Yep. Because, I feel like I could bring a lot to the table.
I wonder, you have to put that on your resume.
If you don't,
you're really missing out.
That is it.
And then the person who's doing the hiring has to
look at
chuckle,
that
and they're
and
going to hire
says,
you.
"That's
You're
it.
in. You're in. Josh's second career,
That's
a
right.
waiter. I think you'd be good at
Clumsy. I don't know.
it. Really?
Did they make you pay for everything you break?
Oh, I hope
Because I would
not,
be in trouble.
Like, Steph would be like, Josh,
Why
you
you
brought in
even
negative
negative
$20 this week. I broke a lot of food.
I tripped.
Oh, man. All right. Also in February, the 2022 Winter Olympics wrapped up. So I have the final medal
There we
counts.
go.
And Norway was first in total medal count with 16 golds, 8 silvers, and 13 bronzes for a total medal count of 37.
Nice.
The Russian Olympic Committee,
Yeah.
ROC, it's not Russia because they got
in trouble.
with blood doping. So they're just really not doing good things.
They got in trouble again.
general. Yeah, they're always in trouble. They're like in timeout. Permanent timeout is Russia. They had 6 gold, 12 silver, and 14 bronze for a total of 32 medals. They probably won't get invited next time.
It'd be interesting.
Germany, 12 gold, 10 silver, 5 bronze, 27 medals. Canada, 12 gold, 10 silver, and 5 bronze, 26 medals. That math does not add up, but that'd be 27 as well. USA was in 5th place with 8 gold, 10 silver, and 7 bronze for a total of 25 medals. So I think
you see a trend there, though. So you got Norway, Russia, Germany, Canada. They're all colder climate.
Well, I was just thinking, look at America. Yeah. We have like a ton of really warm weather climates, deserts. We've got Florida. They ain't getting snow.
Nope.
So we are
Colorado.
only half of our country even gets enough snow to support an athlete. So we've earned the 5th place handicap.
That's right. All right. I was thinking, cases have been down.
Yeah.
Looks like the last variant is on its way out. But if we had to go back to quarantining, I'm going to have to switch these jokes to just inside jokes.
Just inside jokes.
So that's what
good.
I have to do.
Well, Josh, you've been on a roll today.
I have.
I've talked a lot about Russia, but we want to remind you that nothing we talked about today was a recommendation. If you have any questions about your financial situation, give us a call at 419-425-2400. It has been a pleasure to bring you this economic update, and we look forward to doing it again next month. Once again, this has been Josh Robb and Austin Wilson with Hixon Zuercher Capital Management. Have a great March.
Yep.
Bye.
Josh Robb and Austin Wilson work for Hixon Zuercher Capital Management. All opinions expressed by Josh, Austin, or any guests are solely their own opinions and do not reflect the opinions of Hixon Zuercher Capital Management. This is for informational purposes only and should not be relied upon for investment decisions. Clients of Hixon Zuercher Capital Management may maintain positions in the securities discussed. There is no guarantee that the statements, opinions, or forecasts provided herein will prove to be correct. Past performance may not be indicative of future results. Indices are not available for direct investment. Any investor who attempts to mimic the performance of an index would incur fees and expenses which would reduce returns. Securities investing involves risk, including the potential for loss of principal. There is no assurance that any investment plan or strategy will be successful.